Hi there, my name is Lara Waldman and I'm a healer and manifestation coach dedicated to helping you connect to more of who you truly are and start to live the life that you desire. And I'd like to speak to you today about manifestation. So what is manifestation? Well, manifestation is our ability to literally create our lives. I like to see it as co-creating with the universe. So we begin by holding an intention of what we'd like to see show up in our life, and by holding the vision, it allows all of life, the entire universe, to contribute to that thing that you want to see show up. So, for example, it could be as simple as you'd like to experience more peace, or joy, or freedom. So some emotion. So maybe right now you're super stressed, anxious, worried, not sleeping, and you'd like to ask for peace. So this is a very, very simple tool I'm now going to teach you, which is something called staying in the question. And all you have to do is ask, what would it take to be peace? What would it take to feel peaceful all the time? Or most of the time. And when we put that question out there, you're asking all of life, all of the molecules of the universe, to contribute to you experiencing greater peace in your life. It's similar to prayer, when we put a prayer out, but if you're not religious, this might work a little bit better for you. This thing of staying in the question. You're asking the universe, you're asking all of life, you're asking the all-seeing, all-knowing part of you, what would it take for you to experience more peace? Because if our brain could figure everything out, we'd have all the answers. If you knew, then we'd be doing it. So there is a part with manifestation where we're tapping in to what I call the all-seeing, all-knowing part of you. I'm from the point of view that you do know everything, that you have all the answers to the universe within you. It's just that we've forgotten, we've disconnected from this part of ourselves. So by asking the question, we're tapping into the wisdom of the universe, we're tapping into the wisdom of yourself to receive answers. Now, it's really interesting because it doesn't always show up as a direct, instant answer. It may do. But what tends to happen is if you keep asking the question, what would it take to experience peace? What would it take to feel peaceful every day? Then what tends to happen is really cool things start to show up. It might be that you stumble across a course that might help you. It might be that you meet someone who's got a really cool relaxation technique. It might be that you suddenly met a yoga teacher. All of these different tools and techniques might start showing up for you in your life to help you experience greater peace. So what's required of you then is to take action towards the thing that feels really right. It may also feel scary, so know that the thing that you're wanting to show up might actually be uncomfortable for you. So be open to change and follow the kind of gut instinct that tells you, yes, this is part of what I've been asking for. So when we ask for what we want, the answer shows up in all sorts of interesting ways. Not necessarily a verbal response, it could come from an intuition and inner knowing, but all sorts of interesting ways, like through the internet, through friends, through different connections. So what you need to do is keep asking the same question every day throughout the day until it starts to show up. And then keep asking even when it does start to show up, to keep moving forward towards greater peace. The same is with any area of your life. Maybe it's financial, to do with money flows. So, what would it take to make more than X amount of money a year? You can ask those sorts of questions. It could be relationships. So what would it take to meet the partner of my dreams? To have a really fulfilling, happy, wonderful relationship. It could be all sorts of things. It could be connected to health, different things going on with your body. What would it take to have greater health? And you can be specific. And then follow the energy. So that is the thing that's going to guide you towards the thing that you want to see show up. And sometimes it takes time. I've been playing with these tools for years and years, and I find it a huge amount of fun. And it's also really interesting how some things show up really quickly and some things take longer. And that generally depends on what's going on for you and your resistance. So when we start asking for what we want, everything that's in the way of that, generally subconscious, needs to come up to be cleared. So what can happen is, let's say you're asking for more money. When you start asking these questions, what can come up are all your limiting thoughts and beliefs around money. And those are the things that need to clear in order to allow yourself to receive more. Or it could be with relationships. If you want to experience a loving, healthy, wonderful relationship, there may be things within your belief systems based on your childhood that need to be cleared in order for you to receive this loving relationship. Because if you, I don't know, let's say you had self-worth issues, or you didn't feel lovable, or you have parents who are divorced and relationships seem really scary for you, there are all these unconscious ways that we can block ourselves from receiving that which we truly want. So sometimes it's a journey. It's a healing journey. And it's a fascinating journey. So what I really recommend is, you can start with one thing. What is it like that your heart and soul would just love to see happen? What is the thing that is most important to you? And start asking, what would it take for that thing to show up? And then what you can say is, anything that doesn't allow that to show up, anything in the way, conscious or unconscious, I let it go now. So you make a demand of yourself to release and clear everything that's in the way of that thing showing up for you. Because my point of view is that everything is possible. It's just our willingness to receive it and our willingness to let some magic happen in our lives, to move beyond what we think is possible, beyond what we've experienced as true, and really allow awesome things to show up on quite a magical level. So it's a very simple tool. It's very powerful and very profound, and it works. The only thing is you need to keep sticking with it, because sometimes just before the thing we want is about to show up, our fears can come up, or all of our limiting thoughts and beliefs can come up. All of our blocks and barriers towards what we want can spring up in front of our face, and suddenly it all feels impossible. Keep moving forward. Keep asking for what you want. Do not give up on your dreams. If you can dream it, it's possible. If you have any questions or any comments around manifestation, anything I've just shared, please feel free to contact me. I'd like to invite you over to my homepage, www.larawaldman.com, for a free gift. This can help you to calm your mind and get more in touch with yourself and your intuition. And I look forward to working with you, to speaking to you again in the future.